Showtime! The Capital G show starts right now.
What's up YouTube, Capital G here, looking through more Legacy of the Valiant. We're getting freaking Gravekeeper monsters. Who the hell saw that coming? If you're raising your hand, you are a damn liar. Seriously, you might be struck by lightning. It's like Konami has apparently activated Call of the Haunted on the GK archetype, even though I guess Necrovalley would negate that, so that would be kind of pointless. You know what, that's besides the point. The point is, we've got 3 new Gravekeeper monsters. I want to talk about them, so let's get into it. First up is Gravekeeper Shaman. It's a level 6 dark Spellcaster-Type monster, 1500 attack, 1500 defense. This card gains 200 defense for each GK monster in your graveyard. Negate the effects of all monsters that activate in the graveyards except GK monsters. If Necrovalley is face up, your opponent cannot activate field spells, and field spell cards cannot be destroyed by your opponent. Okay, so first off, is it me, or do you basically like automatically win if you get this on the field against Dark World or Mermail? I mean, they all activate in the graveyard, and she doesn't let shit activate in the graveyard. Seems pretty simple. It's level 6, like, thank God. Otherwise, this card would be, like, plain stupid. I mean, but there are ways of kind of circumventing that. I mean, you can easily just tribute off of a Gravekeeper Spy. You can tribute Recruiter, and you still get your Surge. You know, I do understand that the attack isn't the greatest. 1500 isn't, like, you know, super high, but it's meant to be a lockdown card, not necessarily a beat stick. I mean, if you have Necrovalley out, it's going to be 21, so it's not going to be, like, you know, just a weenie or anything. And I think that it's a really good side deck card. You know, I love the fact that your opponent can't destroy Necrovalley while it's face up. They can't even try and activate their Harpies, Hunting Grounds, or, you know, their Spellbook Towers. This card is just really good. But again, I think it's mainly left for side decks. And, you know, Dark World, Mermail would be the best 2 decks I would imagine you could side descend against. Second card, we've got Gravekeepers Apostle. It's a level 3 dark Spellcaster-Type monster. 1000 attack, 1000 defense. When this card is destroyed by your opponent's attack and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 Gravekeeper monster except GK Apostle from your deck in face down defense position. So her effect is pretty amazing, but it only activates when it's destroyed by battle. So, you know, I'm guessing the main way that you're going to be able to get this card's effect off is if you set her. You know, yeah, you can ram her into something, but that kind of leaves you open to, like, trap-based removal. You know, and if she happens to run into a D-Prison or Mirror Force, you're not going to be able to get anything. She's not very much of an offensive threat. You know, 1000 attack, 1000 defense, that's not really good. In fact, I think that's pretty much at the bottom of the barrel as far as the competitive GKs goes. I think that really just having a way to tutor Gravekeeper Spy is the sole reason you'd ever want to run this card, in my opinion. I could see this as pretty much like a one-of, but in most conventional versions, I probably would stay away from this card unless you really find out or that your opponent is just ramming into face downs left and right. Then it's like, okay, I'm just going to set her. I'm going to let my opponent ram, I'm going to search my spy, and then I'm just going to try and go off on my opponent. Yeah, the artwork on this card is really, really amazing, though. But, you know, outside of spy, maybe guard, I don't really know what else you might want to get. And then lastly, we have Gravekeeper's Ambusher. It's a level 4 dark Spellcaster-Type monster, 1700 attack, 0 defense. Odd. When this card is flipped face up, you can target 1 card in your opponent's graveyard, banish that target. If this card is sent to the graveyard after it was flipped face up, you can target 1 Necrovalley in your graveyard, add that target to your hand. This card's effects cannot be negated by Necrovalley. It's important that they put that in there, otherwise you wouldn't be able to activate either effect. Alright, so thoughts on Gravekeeper's Ambusher. Yeah. There always has to be like one pretty much useless card in every batch of like themed monsters, and I'm pretty sure that Ambusher is our prime target or our prime suspect for that. You know, its effect activates when flipped, which is pretty typical of Gravekeepers, but what isn't typical is its laughable 0 defense. I mean, Treeborn Frog can run over this card. That's a problem. You know, and sure, you get the Banisher card, which in my opinion isn't remotely worth risking setting this guy, considering it has 0 defense, and having to wait an entire turn just to use that effect. But assuming it survives, which it probably won't, I mean, you only get a copy of a card that's already searchable in your deck, Necrovalley, and you already run 3 copies of it. So it's like, wow, you got a Necrovalley that was destroyed. Whoopee. I've got 2 more anyway, and I can search it with Command It. So what was the point? Personally, I would stay away from this card. You know, just banishing 1 card isn't really that big of a deal, considering the Necrovalley deck is pretty much meant to shut down graveyard use anyway. So it's like, you don't really need to use this when Necrovalley pretty much does the job. And now you have cards like, you know, Royal Tune to protect your Necrovalley. You've got Gravekeeper Shaman so that your Necrovalley can't be destroyed that way either. I just don't see Ambusher being a very good card. So let me know what you guys think. I think that we have 1 card that is an amazing ace coming out of the side deck. We have Apostle, which is probably a one of, just because it tutors Spy, unless you want to make like a Spy Rush beatdown or something. And then we have Ambusher, which is just like the Jar Jar Binks of the deck. Thank you guys for watching as always, and I'm out. Subscribing makes life happy.